Hello, in this video I'm going to show 10 quick tips and tricks on Honor 600. Okay, let's begin with the screenshot gestures. To enable them, go to the settings, keep scrolling down until you find accessibility features, and then go to shortcuts and gestures, and in here we have screenshot gestures. We can enable the knuckle screenshot. Then we have the screenshot quick access. When enabled, share, scroll shot, and AI recommendation services will be displayed. And we can also enable the 3-finger swipe down screenshot. Currently it's selected for AI memories, but we can select the screenshot also. Okay, to take a screenshot, we can simply knuckle twice on the screen with our knuckle, and the screenshot will be taken. We also have the partial screenshot. We just need to draw an O using our knuckle. Just like that. As you take a look on the right side on the edge, we have a lot of apps. We can basically copy our screenshot to one of those apps. Of course, we can select the part of the screen. We can also copy the text from the screenshot. Just like that. Release the thing. Then we have the scroll shot, draw an S, okay, and the 3-finger screenshot, simply slide to the downside, and the screenshot will be automatically taken. If you take the screenshot, you can also click on that icon, and you'll have access to the AI, just like with the partial screenshot. I should take a look. Okay, now let me show you how we can enable the one-hand mode. It's right in here. Make sure that it's enabled, and if you are using gestures, you just need to slide on the down edge, then hold a little bit. And now we are in one-handed mode. As you take a look, everything is fully responsive. Whole phone works. I can, for example, turn on the camera and take some photos. I can launch the browser and start surfing the internet. Everything is responsive and simply more comfortable to use on the phone in this mode when you're using one hand, of course. If you want to exit this mode, simply tap the blank area, and now you're again in normal mode. Okay, now let's go with the shortcut for launching the camera from the lock screen. To enable that shortcut, open up the settings, go to accessibility features, again shortcuts and gestures, and we have double press power button, and thanks to that we'll be able to launch the camera. We can also enable the mode that will launch the camera and also take the photo. I should take a look in here. We have a lot of different gestures, so it's up to you which things you want to turn on. And actually, to launch the camera when the screen is off, we gotta double press volume down. When we double press power button, the camera will launch, but only when we are using the phone, when we are on our home screen or in different app. When the screen is turned off and we are in the lock screen, we gotta press volume down. Let me show you that. So now I will double click the power button, and the camera has launched. Let me show you again that it turns on. And now I will turn off the screen, and now we gotta double tap volume down. And now the camera launches. When our screen is turned off, we gotta use volume down button. That's the shortcut. Now, let's go with multi-window things. It's also under accessibility features. Let's click on multi-window. And in here, we have the floating windows and also the split view. You can also force multi-window, but I don't want that. Down below, you can change the floating window style, standard or the concise. It's up to you which one you want to use. And now let's open up two apps. And we have a few ways how we can enter the split view or the floating window. When you open up the recent apps, you can enter the floating window mode if you click this icon. Now as you take a look, our calculator has been opened in the floating window. We can adjust the size when you grab the edge. You can also change the position when you grab this small blue bar. If you click on the bar, you can minimize the window, enter the split screen, or enter the full screen. If you minimize it, it will be minimalized and stick to the edge. And if you tap back again, it will open. And you can also enter the split screen mode from the floating window. Now simply select the second app. I'll pick the notes maybe. And now we have two apps open at the same time. The screen has been perfectly split in half. You can also adjust the size of every app. I mean, one app can be bigger than the second one. But remember that if you go too much, one of the apps will be closed and the second one will open in the full screen. If you click the bar in the middle, you can swap the sides, or you can also save it as an app combo. So now you don't need to open two. Let's say that you're using the notes and the calculator in the split view really often, and you don't want to every time open it manually. You can simply save the app combo. It's right in here on our home screen. If you tap that, both apps will already open in the split view. Pretty convenient and comfortable thing. Cool shortcut. And we can also enter the split view from recent apps when we slide and then go to the left corner and now release. And now if you pick the second app, it will open, but the clock doesn't support. So I gotta pick different app. Maybe Chrome. And that also works. And now, that's not the only way to launch the floating window and the split view. We can do it from the edge panel, but first we gotta turn it on. Open all the settings, and then type magic sidebar. Make sure that it's enabled. And now, launch the menu. You gotta slide from the edge, then hold a little bit, and now you can release. Now if you tap on one of those apps, it will open in the floating window. But if you hold, actually if you hold, it will open up in the full screen, my bad. But that's how you can also enter the apps. Okay, second thing is the AA notes that I like. Let's create a new note and let's type some text. Okay, to use the AI functions, click the pencil icon, and here we have the text summary, text translation, mind map, minutes. We can also polish the text, format it, adjust its length, and use the proofread function. Let me show you real quick the text translation. In here, select the I highly recommend to stick to auto detect language, and on the right side select into which language you want to translate the sentence. On the right side we have all languages that are supported. The list is not long, so currently we only have those languages. Let's try to translate our text, for example, to the French. If you want, you can replace it or actually add it. can also use the text summary, but it needs to have at least 200 characters. We can summarize the text, can replace it. That's a really quick tutorial, just like I'm saying, but I'll leave it to you to find out all of those features. I mean the AI in the notes. Okay, now let me show you how you can quickly, where to find the NFC if you want to pay with your phone. To do it, open up your settings, go to More Connections, tap on NFC, make sure that it's enabled, and now you need to select the default wallet app. Currently I only have the Google Wallet, so I can add it right in here. Thanks to that, we'll be able to pay using our phone. We can. The NFC is also available in our quick panel. Right in here, if you are not using it, I highly recommend to turn it off. Okay, when we are in the quick settings bar, let me show you how you can adjust it. To edit our quick settings, click on the edit button right in here, and right in here you can select what things you want to have. Let's say that I don't want the motion stick in here. I don't like the eye comfort. If you click on add tile, you'll be able to add more or delete already existing ones. I don't want the wireless projection, and instead of that I would like to have maybe ultra power saving and the calculator. If you want to save, hit the button on the right corner. You can of course add another cuts. Just like that. And if you want to save everything, hit this button. And now we have changed our quick settings a little bit. Okay, now I want to show you how you can change the navigation method. To do it, go to the settings, then System and Updates, go to System Navigation, and it's up to you which mode you want to use. We have the gestures and the 3 keys. When it comes to 3 keys, we can select the key combinations. You can see the difference down below, how it's going to change. If you pick this mode or this one, you will have a special button, and if you tap that, the quick panel will appear. You don't need to slide. You can just tap on the icon and it will automatically appear. If you tap again, it will be turned off. And not turned off, it's simply the quick panel will disappear. So that's the thing that you can adjust. And also, if you want to use gestures but you don't know how, in here you have a gestures tutorial. You can click on Start. It's a real quick tutorial that will help you to use the gestures. And now swipe inward from the left to go back, just like that. We can also do it from the right side. To open the recent apps, to return the home screen, slide to the upside. And to open up the recents, hold to the upside and release. That's a real quick tutorial, just like I was saying. You can also enable or disable to show the navigation bar. This one right in here. Currently it disappeared. And if I turn it on, it will appear. If it's turned off, it looks more clean. So it's up to you which do you want to have it or not, the navigation bar down below, if you're using the gestures, of course. Okay, Now let me show you the things with the AI button. The AI button is right in here under power button. Let's double tap it currently. I mean, actually, I would like to open up the settings of it. Maybe it's under Honor AI. Yeah, Honor AI button. Now we can select what thing will launch when we short press, double press, or long press the AI button. And now let's select something for the short press. We can add camera, AI settings agent, AI photos agent, AI memories, Google Lens, or none. Let's say that maybe AI photos agent for the short press. For double press, we can stick to the camera, and for the long press, let's say that I'll pick AI screen suggestions. Okay. So now let's go with the short press. I should take a look. Our AI photos agent has appeared. Now let's go with the double press. The camera app launches, so the shortcut works. And now the long press. And it also has launched. We can enter the AI memories from here or use the circle to search. And thanks to that, for example, we can quickly select something and the things will be searched in the internet based on the photo. So that's the thing when it comes to AI side button. If you want to know what other AI features we have, go to the settings, Honor AI, and we have the AI memories, magic portal, magic sidebar that I have shown you. We also have AI subtitles, AI translate, call translation, AI writing in the notes. That's the thing that I have shown you. And AI deepfake and voice cloning detection. Pretty cool thing, worth enabling, but I think that it's automatically turned on. Let me show you the AI translate as the last thing. It's right in here under tools. Tap on that, click on allow, and now tap to enter the text. I should take a look, everything works. We also have the chat function. It's pretty useful, for example, when you are in a foreign country and you want to speak to the person that doesn't know English. So let's say that we are in France and now we are in conversation mode, but let's use face-to-face maybe. And now I want to swap the languages. I want English on the bottom, so I need to click the button in the middle. And now it works in that way that I need to press the button. Now it will listen for my voice and it will automatically generate the text, and the text will be translated to the French. It has been translated. I should take a look. And now, if this person wants to reply us, he just needs to tap on his button, and he needs to speak in French, and everything will be translated to English. So it's pretty useful, just like I was saying, if you're in a foreign country and you want to speak to a person who doesn't know English. Alright, and that's all in this video. Thank you all for watching. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe.